The story of India is as old as time itself, beginning with the earliest humans who wandered its vast landscapes. These ancient people left behind more than just footprints. They left stone tools scattered in river valleys and hidden in rock shelters, silent witnesses to their daily struggles and triumphs. Archaeologists have uncovered these artifacts, piecing together the lives of our distant ancestors who called this land home tens of thousands of years ago. These Paleolithic people were true survivors, hunters and gatherers who lived in harmony with the rhythms of nature. They tracked wild animals through dense forests, foraged for fruits and roots, and learned to read the land's subtle signs. Their lives were shaped by the changing seasons, and every day was a test of skill, knowledge, and adaptability. Over thousands of years, these early Indians made a remarkable leap. They learned to cultivate crops and domesticate animals, marking the dawn of the Neolithic Age. This shift from foraging to farming was revolutionary. It allowed people to settle in one place, grow their own food, and build lasting communities. With the rise of agriculture, villages began to form. People crafted pottery to store grain and water, built simple homes from mud and thatch, and developed new tools for farming. Society became more organized, with families and neighbors working together to shape their shared future. This agricultural revolution set the stage for something extraordinary. As harvests grew more abundant, populations increased, and the seeds of civilization were sown. The land that once echoed with the footsteps of nomads now buzzed with the activity of settled life. Around 2500 BCE, a new chapter began with the rise of the Indus Valley Civilization, one of the world's first great urban cultures. Along the banks of the mighty Indus River, cities like Mohenjo-daro and Harappa flourished, teeming with life, trade, and innovation. These cities were marvels of planning and engineering. Streets were laid out in precise grids, houses were built from uniform bricks, and advanced drainage systems kept the cities clean and healthy. Public baths, granaries, and workshops spoke of a society that valued order and progress. The Harappans thrived on trade, exchanging goods with distant lands, and their engineering skills were unmatched for their time. Yet, much about them remains a mystery, especially their undeciphered script, which still puzzles scholars and hints at stories lost to time. By 1900 BCE, these magnificent cities began to decline. The reasons are still debated. Perhaps climate change, shifting rivers, or other unknown challenges forced people to abandon their homes and traditions. Despite the mystery surrounding their fall, the legacy of these early urban pioneers endures. Their achievements in city planning, craftsmanship, and social organization laid the foundation for future civilizations across the Indian subcontinent. Though their cities faded into history, the innovations of the Indus Valley people continue to inspire. Their spirit of ingenuity and resilience echoes through the ages, shaping the destiny of India and the world. The puzzle of the Indus Valley remains unsolved, its secrets still buried beneath layers of earth and time, yet it continues to intrigue us, whispering of India's ancient beginnings and the remarkable journey from stone tools to great cities. After the great cities of the Indus Valley faded into history, a new chapter began on the Indian subcontinent. New people, known as the Aryans, arrived from the northwest, bringing with them their own language, Sanskrit, and a collection of sacred texts called the Vedas. These texts would become the foundation of Indian spiritual and philosophical thought for millennia. The Vedic period was marked by a society organized into tribes, each led by powerful chieftains. These tribes worshipped a pantheon of gods, with Indra, the god of thunder and war, and Agni, the god of fire, holding special significance. Elaborate fire rituals were performed to honor these deities, seeking their blessings for prosperity and victory. The wisdom and hymns of the Vedas were not written down at first. Instead, they were passed from generation to generation through oral tradition, with priests and storytellers reciting them aloud. This oral culture preserved the spiritual knowledge and formed the earliest roots of what would later become Hinduism. As the Aryans gradually settled along the fertile banks of the Ganges River, their society became more complex. They developed new forms of agriculture and established permanent settlements. During this time, the Varna system emerged, dividing people into different social roles such as priests, warriors, traders, and laborers. Over generations, these roles became hereditary, creating a structured society that would shape Indian civilization for centuries to come. This system influenced every aspect of daily life, from occupation to social status. Yet, as society evolved, new thinkers began to question the old ways. Philosophers and sages sought deeper truths, pondering the nature of existence, the causes of suffering, and the meaning of life itself. Their debates and insights laid the groundwork for profound spiritual change. Out of this era of questioning and exploration arose two remarkable spiritual leaders: Mahavira, the founder of Jainism, and Siddhartha Gautama, known as the Buddha, who founded Buddhism. Both offered new paths to spiritual liberation, emphasizing nonviolence, self-discipline, and the pursuit of enlightenment. The teachings of Mahavira and the Buddha, centered on compassion, nonviolence, and the quest for inner peace, would not only transform Indian society, but also echo across Asia and the world, inspiring countless generations in their search for truth and meaning. In the 4th century BCE, Chandragupta Maurya, guided by Chanakya, united much of India under the Mauryan Empire. He built a vast, centralized state with a strong army, efficient administration, and a network of roads. Pataliputra, the capital, was a marvel of its time. The empire brought stability and prosperity, connecting distant regions. Chandragupta eventually became a Jain monk, succeeded by his son Bindusara. The Mauryan system set a new standard for governance in India. But the most famous Mauryan was yet to come, Ashoka, who would redefine kingship itself. The foundations laid by Chandragupta shaped Indian history for centuries. Ashoka began as a conqueror, but the bloody war for Kalinga changed him forever. Overcome by remorse, he embraced Buddhism and renounced violence. Ashoka's new policy was conquest by righteousness, Dharma Vijaya. He spread his message through edicts carved on pillars and rocks across his empire. Ashoka promoted tolerance, compassion, and welfare for all, building hospitals and planting trees. He sent Buddhist missionaries far and wide, helping Buddhism become a world religion. His reign became a model of ethical rule, inspiring generations. Though the Mauryan Empire declined after his death, Ashoka's legacy of peace endures. Centuries after the Mauryas, the Gupta Empire rose in the 4th century CE, ushering in India's golden age. The Guptas ruled through local governors, fostering peace and prosperity. Trade flourished, connecting India to distant lands. This era saw breakthroughs in mathematics, the decimal system, and zero, and astronomy, with Aryabhata's discoveries. Medicine advanced, and the arts reached new heights in sculpture, painting, and literature. Kalidasa's works became classics of Sanskrit drama and poetry. The Gupta period's achievements shaped science and culture worldwide. But by the late 5th century, invasions weakened the empire, leading to its decline. After the Guptas, India saw new powers rise, most notably the Delhi Sultanate. Turkish and Afghan invaders established Muslim rule in northern India, starting in the 13th century. The sultans brought new systems of administration, law, and military organization. Delhi became the center of power, but the sultans faced constant challenges from Rajput kingdoms and Mongol invasions. The Sultanate era saw intense cultural exchange between Hindu and Islamic traditions. This period set the stage for future empires and a more diverse Indian society. The Delhi Sultanate's legacy shaped the subcontinent for centuries. In 1526, Babur, a descendant of Timur and Genghis Khan, crossed the Khyber Pass and founded the Mughal Empire in the Indian subcontinent. With a small but determined army, he brought new military tactics and advanced weaponry, forever changing the course of Indian history. Using gunpowder, cannons, and clever battlefield strategy, Babur ended the centuries-old Delhi Sultanate, establishing Mughal rule and ushering in a new era of power and innovation. His grandson, Akbar the Great, inherited the throne as a teenager, and soon expanded the empire's borders far beyond what Babur had imagined. Through brilliant military campaigns and visionary governance, Akbar united most of northern and central India, bringing diverse regions and peoples under one rule. Akbar's policies of religious tolerance, such as abolishing the jizya tax on non-Muslims and inviting leaders of all faiths to his court, won him the loyalty and respect of Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, and others. He encouraged open dialogue among religions, fostering an atmosphere of intellectual curiosity and debate at his palace in Fatehpur Sikri. Akbar even created a new syncretic faith, Dini Ilahi, seeking to blend the best elements of different religions and promote harmony among his subjects. The Mughal era reached its cultural and artistic peak under Akbar's successors, Jahangir and Shah Jahan. During their reigns, art, literature, and architecture flourished as never before. Mughal architecture blended Persian, Indian, and Central Asian styles, creating a unique and enduring legacy of beauty and innovation. The Taj Mahal, built by Shah Jahan as a monument to his beloved wife Mumtaz Mahal, stands as the ultimate symbol of Mughal grandeur, love, and artistic achievement. This period was marked by stability, prosperity, and a vibrant cultural life. Cities bustled with trade, scholars debated in grand halls, and artisans created masterpieces in every medium. The Mughal legacy endures today in India's culture, language, cuisine, and especially in its magnificent monuments, which continue to inspire awe. But as the empire weakened over time, internal strife and external pressures began to erode its power and unity. New powers, such as the Marathas, British, and other European traders, began to emerge, setting the stage for a new chapter in India's history. As the Mughal Empire declined, European trading companies arrived seeking wealth. The British East India Company outmaneuvered rivals, using diplomacy and force to gain control. The 1757 Battle of Plassey marked the start of British rule in India. The company expanded its territory, ruling most of India by the 19th century. British rule brought railways and new laws, but also economic exploitation and hardship for millions. Resentment grew, erupting in the 1857 Indian Rebellion. The uprising was crushed, ending company rule and bringing direct British governance. The rebellion sparked Indian nationalism and a long struggle for independence. The seeds of resistance had been sown. The British Raj would face growing demands for freedom. After 1857, the call for self-rule grew louder. The Indian National Congress formed in 1885, first seeking reform, then independence. Gandhi transformed the movement with non-violent resistance, satyagraha and ahimsa. Mass campaigns like the Salt March mobilized millions and drew global attention. The British responded with repression, but the movement endured. Internal divisions and partition loomed, but the drive for freedom was unstoppable. On August 15, 1947, India achieved independence, but at the cost of partition and immense suffering. The journey from ancient beginnings to modern nationhood was complete.